Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. We got game number 2 of this series between the Braves and the Brewers. And leading off for the Milwaukee Brewers, playing third base, Molitor. Batting second, playing shortstop, Yount. Batting third, playing left field, is Braun. Batting fourth, playing center field, is Thomas. Batting fifth, playing first base, is Cooper. Batting sixth, doing the catching, is Surhoff. Batting seventh, playing right field, is Lescano. Batting eighth, show me the money. Don Money playing second, and batting ninth and doing the pitching is Burns. And for the hometown, Atlanta Braves leading off, playing left field is Gar. Batting second, playing second is for Call. Batting third, playing third base is Jones. Batting fourth, playing right field is Aaron. Batting fifth, playing center field is Acuna. Batting sixth, doing the catching is McCann. Batting seventh, playing first base is McGriff. Batting eighth, playing shortstop is Blauser. And batting ninth and on the mound is Warren Spahn. Let's get down here to Turner Field and get going. And Tim, Cleveland Baseball 879, joins us here today. And you got Paul Molitor to lead it off. He was 2 for 4 in the first game, batting .500 with a homer and an RBI. And this is Warren Spahn, first appearance of the year. And in 1963, he had a 2.6 ERA. He was 23-7. And here's the first pitch to Molitor. And that's going to be against the lefty, 22 and a 9. That's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. Spahn's up with it. He's going to fire over the first for out number 1. So 1 up and 1 down here in the top of the first. And Robin Yount's up. And Robin had a nice game 1. He had a homer and 2 RBIs. He was 1 for 4. Here's the pitch to Robin. And that's going to be a base on balls. Yount walks on down the first. That brings up Ryan Braun now with a runner on and 1 out. And Braun was 2 for 4 and had an RBI in game number 1. And that's going to be against the lefty. And that's going to be a single in the right field. And that'll be first and second and 1 out. It's not going nowhere. A single will probably scoring. So now we got first and second, 1 out, and the Braves don't want to fall behind here. 1 swing in the back, and Gorman Thomas can make this a 3-0 ball game. And in 1979, Thomas batted .244, 45 homers, and 123 RBIs. Here's the pitch from Swan, and that's going to be a swing and a miss. And that's what Thomas does, and he'd be a $15 million player nowadays. A .244 batting average, 45 homers, and strikes out 100 times. Hell yeah, he'd be $15-20 million a year. And that brings up Cooper. And in 1980, Cecil batted .352, 25 homers, and 122 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Raphael at second. He tosses over to the crime dog. And that'll end the inning. The Brewers straying 2. We go to the bottom of the first. Brewers nothing. The Braves saying Gar, Raphael, and Jones up to the plate. Ralph Gar, he had a pitch hit. He was 0 for 1 in game number 1. And this is Burns' first appearance of the year. And what year is this for Burns? This is his 21 season. He had a 2.43 ERA He was 11-5. Here's the pitch to Ralph. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Molitor. He fires over to Cooper. And that'll be out number 1. And now with 1 down, Furcall's up. And Raphael, he had a pitch hit in game number 1. He's 0 for 1 on the year. Here's the pitch to Furcall. And that's going to be a ground ball down the money, his counterpart. And that's a quick 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. And Chipper Jones is up now. And Chipper is 0 for 3 in game number 1. See if he can get a hit here. And nope, that's going to be a deep fly ball to Gorman out in center field. And the Braves go down in order. To the top of the second we go. And we got Searhoff, Lascano, and Moneydew up. And BJ, this is his first plate appearance. And in 1995, he batted .320 with 13 homers and 73 RBIs. And that ball is high. That ball is far. Kiss it goodbye. The Braves are down by 1 again, folks. As that ball's hit into right field, all Hank can do is turn around and watch that one leave. As you can see, the Braves upcoming schedule. After the Brewers leave town, the Phillies come in for a 3-game series. Then the Braves go on the road after that and play the Pirates up in Pittsburgh. And Lascano's up now. And in 1979, he hit .321 with 28 homers. 101 RBIs. Braves trailing 1-0. Nobody out here in the top of the second. And that ball is crushed. And all of a sudden, Spahn's getting lit up here, folks. Not what you want to see, that's for sure. And that ball is hit in the right field, right down the line. That'll be a double. So the first 2 batters smashing. We'll spawn around here. Now you got a runner down at second and still nobody out in a 1-0 ball game. And now you show me the money. Don Money's up. And in 1977, Money hit .279, 25 homers, 83 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. And Spahn's having a rough second inning here. And Burns is up. Burns is going to try to bunt him down second and third here. And Burns in 2021 batted a .154 and no homers and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. Spahn's up with it. He fires over to first with Raphael covering, and that'll be an out. But the runners do move up, so it's second and third, and 1 down. And the way the Braves have been playing, they're going to have to bring the infield in, I think, here. They haven't been able to score much. So Tom Molitor's up now, 1 out. Runners at second and third. He's 0 for 1 today. He grounded out the Spahn his first time up. And that's going to be grounded down the second with the infield in. 34-7. 34-7. That'll be fielding column 2. And that's going to be out at first. And he's going to look the runners back. Nice job. So still second and third now with 2 outs. Braves can play the infield back. And Yount's up. Yount walked his first time up. Can Spahn get out of this inning with just the 1 run, the homer scoring here? And that's going to be against the lefty of 14 and a 7. And that's not going to happen. That's going to be a single in the left field. And both runners are probably going to score easily with 2 outs. So base hit in the left. And all of a sudden now it's a 3-0 ball game. As Rockin' Robin is on fire to start this year off. Down at first now. And Ryan Braun, he singled his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. SPAHN strikes him out, but 3-run score in the second. And it's a 3-0 Brewers lead as we go to the bottom of the second. We got Aaron, Acuna, and McCann due up here. And this is Hank's first plate appearance of the year. And in 1971, he batted .327, 47 homers, and 118 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right. His counterpart makes the catch for out number 1. And that brings up Brian McCann now. Oh, I'm sorry. Got that backwards, don't we? Where's Acuna at? I guess we got to get him in the game here, huh? There he is. And Acuna, he is 0 for 1. Had a pitch hit in the first game. That's going to be a fly ball out to left field. 2 up and 2 down here in the second. And brings up Brian McCann now. And Brian, this is his 2006 season. He batted .333, 24 homers, 93 RBIs. And that's going to be a double in the right field. Brian gets the first base hit here. Ball game for the Braves. McCann's down in scoring position now for the crime dog, Fred McGriff. Can they scratch a run across here and get back in this ball game, make it a 2-run game? And the crime dog in 1994 batted .318 with 34 homers, 94 RBIs. And that ball is high. How far is this one going to travel, folks? That is the question. And off the top of the wall, McCann will score. Crime dog just missed a homer, folks. Hit that ball to dead center field. Thought it was going, but it's a RBI double. Crime dog down at second now. And Jeff Blauser's up. And Blauser, he was 0 for 4 in game number 1. You get an RBI here. That's going to be a pop-up down the short. Yount makes the catch out in shallow left field. And that'll do it. But the Braves get 1 back, and it's a 3-1 ball game. Sorry, that was Evans that was up. Messed that all up. Let's see here. And we got it straight now. Sure, SPAHN will be leading it off. We got Thomas, Cooper, and Surhoff due up here. Thomas struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a base on balls. So Thomas walks on down the first. Not what you want. Trying to get back in this game walking, guys. Brings up Cooper. Cooper grounded out the second his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. And Blauser will go over to second. They'll get the force out. 6-4 put out. Now Cooper down at first for Surhoff. And BJ, he hit that solo homer his first time up. And that's going to be a 20. That's going to be a fly ball in the left field. Ralph makes the catch for out number 2. Cooper down at first now. And let's see if Lescano can do some damage. He doubled and came around to score back in the second. And that's going to be a fly ball. Let's see, a 14. That might not be. That might be a single. Yep, that's going to be a single in the left field. Cooper will stop at second. Nice job. And the inning is alive. And now you got first and second. 2 down for Money. And Money walked and came around to score his first time up. And that's what the Braves wanted, a ground ball down to Blauser. He fires across the diamond. And that'll end the inning, folks. And the Brewers strand too. We get to the bottom of the third. It's a 3-1 Milwaukee lead. We got SPAHN due up, then back to the top of the order. And Warren. And 1963 batted a .178. He had 2 homers and 6 RBIs, so you can't groove one to him. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. SPAHN strikes out. It's the first strikeout of the game for Burns. And Gar's up now, and Rouse 0 for 1. He grounded out the third his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the money. He's up with it. He fires over the first. 2 quick outs here. And Bacall's up now. He's 0 for 1. He grounded out the second his first time up. And not this time. That's going to be a base hit in the right field. 2-out hit. Brings up Chipper Jones, and 1 swing of the bat. Jones could tie this ball game up. Tying run at the plate with 2 outs. And Chipper is 0 for 1 today. He flew out the center his first time up. And that's going to be a, let's see here. It might be a single in the 36 and a 5. That'll be fielding column 1, I'm sure. And yep. And that'll be a ground ball down to Cooper. He'll take it himself, step on the bag. And the Braves strand 1 to the 4th inning we go. We got Burns due up, followed by Molitor and Yount. And Burns in 2021 batted a .154. He had a sacrifice bunt his first time up. And that's going to be a base hit. We don't need no stinking DH even in this bats league. It's a base hit in the right field. And up to the plate now is Molitor. And Paul is 0 for 2 today. He's grounded out twice. The Braves like to see a ground ball double play. And that's going to be 22 and 11. And that's going to be a pop-up down the third. Chipper makes the play in the dirt for out number 1. That brings up Yount now. And Robbins 1 for 1 with an 2 RBI single his last time up in the second. And that's a ground ball down the third. See if the Braves can go around the horn. Nope, they only play for Chippers over to first. The runner will get down the second. So now you got Burns down at second and Braun up. And Braun is 1 for 2 today. He singled and struck out as World's Worst Gamer joins us here. And that's going to be a 10 against a 9. Yep. And that's going to be a ground ball down the blouser. He fires across the diamond for out number 3. The Brew Crew strand 1. We go to the bottom of the 4th. We got Aaron, Acuna, and McCann due up here. Hank's 0 for 1. He flew out the right his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second for out number 1. And now you got Ronald up. And he is 0 for 1 today. He flew out the left his first time up. And that'll be a base on the balls. The Braves will take it. That brings a tying run to the plate. See if Brian McCann can do something about it here. He is 1 for 1 today. He had a double and came around to score the Braves run. And that's going to be another double in the right field. Let's see if Acuna can score here. With the 1 out here. Make this a 1-run ball game. That'll be a 42 minus a 37 plus an 18. 23. And he's up after the crime dog who just missed a home run. So he's going to stop at third. That's going to be a double in the right field. And we got second and third and 1 out. Don't want to run ourselves out of this inning here. with the crime dog up. He almost hit a homer his last time up. So now the tying runs down at second. Go ahead runs at the plate. And McGriff had an RBI double his last time up. Yeah, exactly, Sean. Yeah, that would be nice to make some money off of that. Yeah. And the crime dog, like I say, he's 1 for 1 today. Can he do it again? And they don't want to take no chances with Fred. They walking. That sets up bases loaded. Does set up the double play, and Jeff Blauser's up. Blauser come through here, folks. Blauser popped up the short his first time up. See if Jeff can get the key base hit here and get the Braves rolling. And that's going to be against the righty. 18 on an 8. And that's going to be a fly ball in the right field. Let's hope that's deep enough to score. Yeah. So 32 on a 3. 8, 56. At least make this a 1-run ball game. 56 minus a 37. So 18. And Aquino will definitely score. Let's see if McCann can tag up and get to second. McCann doesn't have any speed to talk about at all, but we'll give it a look here. And he's going to stay put. Don't want to make the last out at third, so that's a sacrifice fly by Blauser. And it's now a 3-2 ball game. And let's see if Warren Spahn can do what his counterpart did and get a base hit. Like I say, Spahn's got a little bit of pop. He struck out his first time up, Al. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, and Spahn strikes out with 2 on. But the Braves score 1, make it a 3-2 ball game. So we go to the top of the 5th. You got Thomas, Cooper, and Surhoff due up. Thomas is yet to put the ball in play. He is 0 for 1. He struck out and walked. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Blauser. First time he's hit the ball, but that's going to be out number 1. And Cooper's up now. And Cecil is 0 for 2. He is grounded out twice. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Ralph and left. And that's a quick 2 outs here in the 5th. Here comes BJ up. He has hit a homer back in the 2nd and flown out the left. And that's going to be a ground ball down the 2nd. That's going to be a 1-2-3 inning. And to the bottom of the 5th we go in a 1-run ball game. And the Braves got the top of the order due up here. Gar, Call, and Jones. Ralph's 0 for 2. He is grounded out twice. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center. And Gorman makes the catch for out number 1. Let's see if Call can get something going here with 1 out. He singled back in the 3rd. And that's going to be against the righty, a 16. And that's going to be a fly pop up down the short. Down the 2nd for out number 2. So it's up to Chipper here to get something going with 2 outs. And Chipper's 0 for 2 today. He's flown out and grounded out. And that's going to be a base on balls. Chipper walks on down to first. Tying run down at first to go ahead run at the plate, and Henry Aaron. And Hank's 0 for 2. He's flown out and grounded out. And he ain't 0 for 2 anymore, folks. He squares this one up. How far is this going to travel in the Atlanta night? It's high. That ball is back. Let's see here. And it is gone. Hank Aaron hits his first homer of the year and gives the Braves a 4-3 lead here, folks. That's going to get the bullpen stirring down there for Milwaukee. And we got Mr. Acuna due up now. He's 0 for 1. He walked and came around to score in the 4th. And they're starting to smack the ball a little bit here. See here, against the 16, that ball is hit high and far, but Gorman goes back to the track, makes the catch for out number 3. But the Braves scored 2 on the 2-run homer by Aaron and take the 4-2 lead here. Lescano, Money, and Burns might have a pinch hitter for Burns. Lescano is 2 for 2. He had a double and a single, came around to score in the second. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Warren. He fires over to first for out number 1. And Money's up now. And Money's 0 for 1. He has walked and grounded out. And that's going to be a double down the right field line. And Money's down there at second with 1 out. And that is going to be it for Burns. Burns is going to come out of the game for a pitch hitter here. See who's going to come off the bench here. Most of the righties are already in the game. And Billy Hall is going to come off the bench, I believe. It's going to be Hall. I don't know. Let's see here. Almost everybody's a lefty that's on the bench. Hall. Let's see. Who do we want to go with here? That is the question. Do we want to go with our gut and bring in Hall? Two righties. I don't know.
Cirillo.
I think we're going to go with Cirillo. We're going to change our mind. Let's see here. He's got a little more pop. That's who we'll go with. So runner down at second, 1 out. A 4-3 ball game. This is Jeff's first appearance of the year, and in 1996, he batted .325 with 15 homers and 83 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. This game's not going to be tied. Might be not even be tied. And that ball is high. That ball is far. That's a pitch hit home run. What the heck just happened there? What the heck? That's a pitch hit homer, folks. And just like that, it is now a 5-4 game. And shaking his head out there, just got the lead and blows it. And Paul's up. He's 0 for 3. He has grounded out twice and popped up. And that's going to be a base on ball. SPAHN still doesn't have it under control after that homer. Don't want to let this game get out of hand. It's only a 1-run game. Yount's up. He's 1 for 2. He had a 2 RBI single back in the second. And that's going to be a fly ball out the center. That'll be out number 2. And Braun's up now. And Braun's 1 for 3. He singled back in the first. And that ball is driven into the gap in right field. This could make it a 2-run game, folks, because Molitor's got darn good speed. Let's see here. It'll be a 52. Yeah, he's going to score with no throw, and it's a 2-run game. And just like that, the Brewers bust open for 3 runs here in the 6th. They'd like to see Mr. SPAHN make it through this inning. Now you got a runner down at second and Thomas. And Gorman's 0 for 2. He struck out and grounded out. And that's going to be a infield. Let's see here. 4-12. got fielding column 1. Fielder was 30. So that's going to be fielding column number 3. That's going to be a foul out down the first baseline, and McCall will make the catch, and that'll end the inning. But the Brewers score 3 and take a 6-4 lead as we go to the bottom of the 6th. We need a new pitcher here for the Brew Crew. You got the lefties coming up, 2 lefties. I don't think they want to bring out Josh already, so I don't think they're going to bring out a lefty. And it looks like Sanders is going to come out here and pitch. Ken Sanders. This will be Sanders' first appearance of the year. Didn't look and see what year this is for Ken. 1971. And then in 1971, he had a 1.91 ERA. He was 7-12 with 31 saves. You got McCann, McGriff, and Blauser due up here against him. See what Brian can do here. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field for out number 1. And here comes Fred now. McGriff, his 1-for-1. He had an RBI double and walked. And that's going to be another base on balls for McGriff. That brings up Jeff Blauser now. Can Jeff get something going here? Tying run at the plate. Blauser's 0-for-1. He did have a sacrifice fly back in the 4th. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes out for out number 2. And we'll have to have a pitch hitter here for Warren Spahn. See who's going to come off the bench here. And this is a good place for Dewey to come up. Darrell Evans is going to come off the bench here, folks. See if he can tie this game up with one swing of the bat. It's a 6-4 Milwaukee lead. And in 1973, Evans was batting .281 with 41 homers and 104 RBIs. Can Evans tie this game up, folks? Nope, that's a ground ball down the money. He goes over to first, and that'll end the inning. And the Braves strand 1. It's still a 6-4 ball game. Let's see who's going to come out at a bullpen here. Got the lefties coming up. Got Cooper and Surhoff. Again, the only lefty they got's Rocker. Then after this inning, got a bunch of righties coming up. So Johns probably is going to come out here. Rocker is going to come out. Try to pitch to these lefties in a 2-run game. Try to keep it that way. So John's going to come out here and face Cooper, Surhoff, and Lescano. And this is Rocker's second appearance. No runs, As of yet, no record. And here's the pitch to Cooper. And he gets a hold of this awful rocker. And that ball is hit into the gap. Actually, it's hit down the third baseline, and that's going to be a double to start this inning off. So Cooper down at second. Braves can't afford to give up any more runs. Already down by 2. BJ's up now. And Surhoff is 1 for 3. He homered back in the second. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Rocker strikes him out. Round number 1. Here comes Lescano up now. And he's 2 for 3. He's got a RBI. No, he came around the score in the second and got a single in the third. And that's going to be back-to-back strikeouts after the double. So Rocker strikes out 2 guys. Can he strike out a third after giving up the double? Money's 1 for 2. He walked in the second, came around the score, and he doubled in the sixth and came around the score then too. And that's going to be a base on balls. So Money's down at first. And do they want to pitch hit here for Sanders? That is the question. Let's take a look here. Do they want to use another pitch hitter? I think they do. Yep. So they're going to have, let's see who's going to come off the bench. This time it's going to be Hall coming off the bench. That's it for Sanders. And Hall will come off the bench. That's the one good part about keeping Rocker in the game. Keeps those lefties off the bench. On the bench, rather. So Hall comes off the bench here with first and second and 2 outs. Can John get out of this mess with nobody scoring here in the top of the 7th? And Hall is his first appearance of the year in 2006. He batted .270 with 35 homers and 85 RBIs. And that's going to be a 39, the catcher. And that'll be an 8, 35 and an 8. That'll be fielding column 1. Strike runner called off second if neither team leads by 5. And Cooper gets picked off at second, folks. How about that? You waste a pitch hitter. Let's see who picks him off. And that's the catcher. Nice job by Brian. Picks him off. We go to the 7th inning stretch. It's a 6-4 ball game. And like I say, that's it for Hall. And the pitcher will still be due up. That's not what they wanted. Let's see here. You got the lefties, 2 switch hitters. So it really doesn't matter. Let's see who they're going to go with here. Castro, I think, is going to come in the game. Try to pitch through this 7th inning. He'll probably be pitched hit for. Like I say, him getting picked off sure screwed the pooch there. So where's Castro? There's Billy. And in 1978, Castro was 5-4 with 8 saves with a 1.8 ERA. He's got the top of the order to deal with. Ralph's 0 for 3. Can he get something going? The Braves need a base runner. They trail by 2. And that's going to do it, folks. Ralph gets a hold of this one. Let's see where this ends up at in Atlanta. And that's going to be driven into the gap and left field, I believe left field. Yep, in the left field. And Ralph puts on the Jets. That brown-eyed, handsome man's headed for third. And he's in there safe with a lead-off triple, folks. Welcome to Atlanta, Bill Castro. Now you got the tying run at the plate. And Fakal is 1 for 3. He's singled back in the third. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Let's see here, Molitor, 55 and a 4. And that's going to be fielding column 3. And that's going to be popped up. And Ralph's not going to go nowhere. So that's one big out there. Here's Chipper Jones, one swing of the bat, and Chipper can tie this ball game up. Chipper is 0 for 1. He did walk back in the 5th and came around the score. And that's going to be against the righty. 20 and a 10. Yep. And that's going to be a single in the right field. Chipper Jones drives in 1. And all of a sudden, it's a 1-run ball game. The tying run at first and a go-ahead run at the plate. And Aaron, the Hammer's already delivered once. Can he do it twice, folks? He had a 2-run homer his last time up. And it's back-to-back jacks, maybe. That ball is high. That ball is far. How far is this going? Kiss it goodbye. Hank Aaron has given the Braves a 1-run lead again with a 2-run shot, and Castro is not getting the job done at all. That'll get the bullpen up, but like I say, he's due to lead off the top of the 8th. Acuna, who's up, he's 0 for 2. He did walk, came around the score in the 4th as Ken Castro joins us. I know this is some great stuff, ain't it? These bats leagues are awesome, Ken. Just freaking awesome. And the difference between this bats, these pitchers aren't as good. The bullpen's better in this bats, but the starters aren't as good. But some of these bullpens are lights out. Of course, the Braves are getting to these Brewers, and the Brewers got a darn good bullpen. Got a bullpen, but they are getting to them here. So now you got Ronald up with nobody on, and the Braves now with a 7-6 lead. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Bill. He tosses it over to first for out number 2. And Brian McCann's up now with 2 outs and nobody on. McCann's having a nice game. 2 doubles. Came around the score in the 2nd. And here's the pitch from Brian. And that's going to be a fly ball out to left field. And that'll end the inning. But the 3 runs, 2 big ones scored on Hank's homer, gives the Braves a 7-6 lead. And that's going to be it for Rocker. Let's see who's going to come out of the pen here. Do we do a double switch here is the question. Bring Lopez in. Bring Lopez in to catch. Who we got up here? We got to have a pitch hitter for Castro. Then the righties are coming up. think that's what we're going to do. We're going to do Lopez is going to come in the game to catch. That'll be it for Brian. So Lopez will come in and bat in the 9 spot. That's it for Rucker. And let's see here. And Garber's going to come in here and pitch the 8th inning here. Old Gino will come in and pitch the 8th. So we'll do a little double switch. That's why we don't need no stinking DH. Gives you something to think about here. So first, Garber's going to come in and he'll bat in the 6th spot. Then we'll go to the bench here. And Lopez will come in and bat in the 9 spot. All right, this is Garber's first appearance of the year. What year was this for Gino? 1982. He had a 2.34 ERA. He was 8-10 with 30 saves. And let's see who's going to come off the bench here and pitch hit. Now they're going to bring in these lefties. That's the problem. That is the problem. All these lefties on the bench. Who's going to come off the bench here? They need a base runners. Or do they go for the pop here and see if Fielder can launch one? I think that's what they're going to do. Prince Fielder is going to come off the bench here. See if he can tie this game up with one swing of the bat. And in game 1, Fielder was 0 for 4. Here's the pitch from Garber. And that's a swing and a miss. Gino strikes him out for out number 1 here in the 8th. And we're back to the top of the order now in Paul Molitor. And Paul's 0 for 3. He walked and came around the score his last time up in the 6th. And that's not good. That's going to be a double in the right field. And the tying runs now in scoring position. So these Brewers aren't going away, folks. Gino now in a little bit of trouble. And rocking Robin Yount's up. He's 1 for 3. He had a 2 RBI double. Can Gino pitch around this? And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes out Yount. So 2 out of the 3 struck out. Now can he get Braun here? Strike him out. Braun's 2 for 4. He had a RBI double back in the 6th. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Ralph for out number 3. So Gino pitches around the double. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's a 7-6 Braves lead here. Let's see who's going to come out of the bullpen. And I think it's going to be Axford's going to come out of the bullpen here for the Brew Crew. Do they want to make a double switch with Braun? Axford, he's not due up for a while. So they're not going to make a double switch. He'll just bat in the 9 spot. So he'll be facing McGriff, Blauser, and Lopez there in the bottom of the 8th. Fred's 1 for 1. He had an RBI double. He's walked his other 2 times up. And that's going to be against the righty. That'll be an 8-17. I want an 8. Yep. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Braun in left field for out number 1. And that brings up Jeff Blauser. Blauser's 0 for 2. He did have a sacrifice fly in the 4th inning. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. Drives that ball down the third base line, and that'll be a stand-up double for Jeff. And just like that, the Braves trying to add some insurance runs here. And Lopez is up now after coming in on that double switch. And Lopez is batting .333 on the year. He's 1 for 3 in game number 1. Can he drive in Blauser? And that's going to be against 21 and 9. And 29. And that'll get the runner down the third. That's hit back down the first. Cooper will toss it over to Axe for covering. And Blauser gets down the third now with 2 outs. And it's up to Ralph to do some damage here. And Ralph had a triple his last time up and came around the score. Can he deliver here and give the Braves a 2-run lead going into the 9th? And that's going to be against the righty, 17. And he comes through, folks. Nice job. That's a single in the left field. Ralph delivers an RBI single. And he's starting to heat up, folks. And it's now a 8-6 ball game. Ralph down at first. I think he's going to take off and try to steal, try to get in scoring position here. So that would be a 28 to steal, 54 or lower. He's safe at second, and they throw him out. Ralph gets thrown out trying to steal, folks. And that ends the inning, but the Braves score an extra run. It is now 8-6, and Craig's going to come out of the bullpen here and see if he can lock this game down. You got to love modern baseball. Right, Ken? All these pitching changes. Craig Kimbrell is going to come out of the pen, try to get his first save of the year. And where's old Craig at? Oh, we don't want him there. He's supposed to be in the 6th hole. Putting him in the wrong spot in the batting order. There we go. That's better. He'll be facing the big boys, Thomas, Cooper, and Surhoff. As you can see, the Braves' upcoming schedule, they play the Phillies, Ken, the next games at Atlanta. And then Atlanta goes on the road to play Pittsburgh. So Gorman Thomas is up. He's 0 for 3. He has struck out, walked, grounded out, and popped up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And that's out number 1. Here comes Cooper. Look at that card, Ken. A 24. XKYZG. Can't get much better than that except if it was a GG. I mean, a H and a ZZ. That is freaking amazing. A 24, a K, an X, a Y, a Z, and a G. Like I said, anything you can ask for better is an H and a double Z. And now we got Cooper up. Cooper's 1 for 4. He doubled his last time up. Here's the pitch to Cecil. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts. Can Craig strike the side out? And BJ Surhoff's up now. BJ's 1 for 4. He had that home run back in the 2nd. Here's the pitch to BJ. And that's going to be a 41. That's going to be a rare play, a 62 on a 41. And 27. That's the team here. Let's see here. 9, 13, 16, 19, 25, That's fielding column 1 already. And that's going to be a pop-up in the foul territory. Nope, that's going to stay in fair territory for the crime dog. And that's your ball game, folks. That's your ball game. And the Braves win this game 8-6. Take a look here at the box score. And they get the split here at home. Don't get swept. So the Brewers, 6 runs on 11 hits and no errors. They out-hit the Braves but couldn't outscore them. The Braves, 8 runs on 10 hits and no errors. Of course, the man of the hour was the Hank Aaron. The hammer delivered. Ryan Braun was 2 for 5. And Lescano was 2 for 4. The Brewers were only 2 for 11 with runners in scoring position. Surhoff and Sereno both had homers. They left 9 men on base. Just a 2-game series. Yeah, they had the first off. They played March 31st and then they play April 2nd. Yeah. And Ralph was 2 for 5. Hank, like I say, 2 for 4 with 2 homers and 4 RBIs. Braves were 3 for 5 with runners in scoring position. They left 5 men on base. Burns goes 5 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs, walked 3, struck out 2, and gave up a homer for a no decision. Sanders comes in, pitches a perfect inning, 1 walk, struck out 1. And Castro comes in and screws the pooch. He goes to 0-1, 1 inning, 3 hits, 3 runs, and gave up the homer to Hank. And Oxford comes in, pitches 1 inning, 2 hits, 1 run. And Warren Spahn gets a no decision, goes 6 innings, 9 hits, 6 runs, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts, and 2 homers. And John Rocker comes in, gets the win, 1 inning, 1 hit, walked 1, struck out 2. Garber comes in, pitches 1 inning, gives up 1 hit, struck out 2. And Craig Kimbrel comes in, gets his first save of the year, and struck out 2. And Ken's asking what the next game is going to be. I'll probably do an American League game next. So let's see here. What it looks like it's going to be, we'll do the Kansas City and the Oriole game. I can't swear that's the right pitchers. But yeah, let's see how many game series that is. KC against Baltimore. So there's a 2 games. That's a 3-game series, it looks like. I don't think it'll be a 4-game series. Nope, that's a 3-game series. It'll be the next. Kansas City at Baltimore. Like I say, we'll look here at the standings and all, but it ain't much to look at. Hank Aaron with those 2 home runs today is looking pretty impressive, that's for sure. Of course, no ERAs and only 1 win for each of those pitchers. How about that? Boyers. I don't know why it does that. Boyers got the lead in the MVP and the Cy Young for the Yankees and hasn't played yet. Pretty good. It's pretty good. Yeah. That's pretty crazy. Like I say, something to look at. Something to look at. Yeah. So now the Braves are 1-1 along with the Brew Crew. Like I say, the next game on the channel is going to be the Kansas City Royals traveling to Baltimore to take on the Orioles. Let's see here. We'll go to the managers here. Look at Baltimore and then we'll see who the starting pitchers will probably be. Baltimore. Probably going to be Dave McNally going for the Orioles. That's how I got it set up. And let's see who Kansas City, who I got as their #1 starter. And Brett Saberhagen. Saberhagen against McNally. That's what it looks like. So that should be a damn good pitching matchup. I want to thank Sean for stopping by and Ken Castro. It's been fun. Yeah, Crime Dog. I like the old Crime Dog. He came in and actually made a big difference that year when they traded for him. Big difference. But this set's going to be enjoyable too, just like the first set. So we'll be switching back and forth with this. Like I say, it gives me a taste of some newer modern players. That'll be nice. See different players. Some of them I haven't played in years. So it'll be something cool. So if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell for reminders. And on your way out, don't forget to hit that like button and leave a comment. Like I say, I want to thank Ken and Sean for stopping by. And Tim was the first one in the house. Check out Tim Cleveland Baseball 879's channel. Till next time, you all have a great day and take care.